Hey there, welcome back to the table. We're getting ready to do the encounter of Chapter 2, and I figured out the discrepancy from Chapter 1. I don't know if you recall, but I pointed out that there was some language on here, because it says the same language in Chapter 2, and that's when I finally figured it out. It says that if you finish the encounter with 9 or more total hit points, you get the unique item box. And remember I was saying I didn't understand why the app didn't give me the unique item. And it's because this is instant action mode. Instant action mode is basically people who don't want to play the story mode. And so it gives you basically a rundown of these are all the things that happen to your party. So it simulates everything, all your choices. And so, for example here, you can trade with the banksmith. You gain Gamble as an ally. See, we didn't get Gamble, so somehow or another they did. And then they traded with the apothecary, perform a speed check. They gained a survival check, perform a sneak check. So instead of trying to save the boy, they snuck by him, which we probably should have done. So a big mistake on our part. And then since there's no timer, you get the unique item this way by having a certain number of hit points. Because we did the full story mode, we rely on the timer to determine whether or not we actually get the unique item. So I technically got the unique item when I wasn't supposed to. Like we talked about, if I would just started the game over and played Chapter 1 again, I could have guaranteed that I got it. So I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I already told you guys I wanted to get it anyways. It's part of my joy in playing this game. And so I do realize I got to clean this. Whenever you punch the cardboard, little specks of the cardboard fall on this. That's what all this is. This is all pieces of cardboard from when I punched the pieces. So anyways, here we go. So we can start. Let me back up a little here. So you can see there's these trees, and this jerk is behind the trees there. There doesn't appear to be any minions, so it's just him and his hallucinations. We can start anywhere along the edge here. And then the walls they block visibility, just like the trees do. You can't shoot through the walls or the trees. And he himself has this card here, along with those skills, and then we would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think the last one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one has 1 extra die, which makes the battle already a lot harder. This is the hallucination deck. I stopped sleeving the cards. I didn't get enough sleeves with the game to sleeve everything anyways, and I'm realizing that some of these cards, you only use them for 1 chapter, and then they're just gone. So I'm going to just put these off to the side. We have our staging cards here. I have not shuffled these yet, so this is Chapter 1. Gotta get those shuffled a little better. Stage 2, not chapter. There's only 4 of them, so just mix them up a little bit. And then we got 3 here. All right, so everything's ready to go for him. So yes, since there's no minions, it does mean we can focus on him more, but he has 1 extra die, so that sort of balances it out. Then we got to deal with these dang hallucinations, whatever those are going to do. And you can see it's going to cause a lot of nonsense. But only when he does the transfix. But I'm willing to bet every single card here has transfix written on it. I hope we still were able to rescue the boy. I think that us trying to rescue him probably made the situation worse. Okay, Now, when we go into battle, we have to pick 7 cards, and we now have more than 7. So we have our original 7 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And now, for example, Wombat Girl has 2 more. Because she achieved level 2, she now has these 2 cards. So this is a 4 crystal knockback 3 attack. We were talking about how she didn't have enough attack. This is just what the doctor ordered, and it's a 1. So I would suggest that if we are going to replace one of these cards, we would replace one of the 1s. And then this is a 2 where, look, you get to attack twice. I think that one looks awesome. And then only one of these attacks can trigger the determination rule, which means, so if you miss with both of them, you can only get the determination once. And it's got a defense of 3 and a number 2. So let's keep our 2 3s. We like those anyways. We never use toss, and in fact, toss only works on small creatures, and we're fighting someone big, so I am for sure getting rid of toss. We're going to replace toss with primal rage. I think that's a huge upgrade, so we're going to go ahead and just set that off to the side. And then we have to keep feral blow. You have to always keep your 0 card. Okay, feral roar, or swipe, or iron hide. Iron hide's a little on the weak side, but we did use it for the move a few times. So if we do this one, I actually really like both of these. This one where you can give, friendly characters can move, and then you move, and then you give away tokens. That's really nice. So this knockback 3, what you're doing is you're saying you want the knockback 3 instead of the swipe. Because that's really it. You either want to do an AoE attack like that, or you want to do a knockback attack. So in this situation, there are no other creatures other than the boss. So I'm going to keep this one out. Even though that's a new card, and it'd be nice to try your new cards, I actually like what she has better. So that's going to be her hand. And we got to go through every one like this. So now we got, this is the Penitent. And so there's 3 of the originals. Here's the 2 new ones. And yes, here's more originals. So the 2 new ones, we got another 1. Judgment. If you have a shield, and we do, range 3 attack, unarmed thrown, add black for each defense your shield has, but it's just 1. If you have a weapon but no shield, plus 3 damage, range 3 thrown. In either case, the range on this attack is increased by 1 for each health you have lost. That's not horrible. What's the other one? Repel. They're both level 1 skills here. Repel. Target an adjacent character. Knock back the target a distance equal to the amount of health you have lost. If you lost no health, lock back 1 instead. Or an attack that just costs 1, or I'm sorry, it'll cost 3. Okay. What are our 2 1s that we have? We have Guard, which I sort of like. This is the one that lets you move and protect somebody. The other one is Sweep. Or no, we want Sweep. Revenge. After you lose any health, make the same. We did use this once. I'm actually okay with losing the Revenge. And then we would replace that with, I think the Judgment looks good. Having a nice range attack. So we'll go ahead and do that. So then the issue is Guard, or we go 1 less on one of these other numbers. I don't think I want to do that. This Intercession one I'm not using very often for the healing, but the 3 defense is nice. This Shield Bash is very similar to the Judgment one we just took, except the Judgment one is a ranged attack. I think we're going to probably do the same thing that we did with the War Bear. We're just going to take one of the skills and not this one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So we're going to set that one aside. Okay, next up, let's go to Andrew. Andrew, we got 2 new skills with him as well. And one of them is Foreshadowing. A friendly character within range 3 gains a... That's a What is that? Is that a dice? That looks like a dice. So it's a reroll. Yes, it's a reroll. Okay. Or a shield token. So this gives a token to somebody, then draw the top 2 stage cards and put them back on top of the stage deck in any order. So it's a level 3 card that lets you see what's coming, and we can pick what the stage card's going to be because we can put them back in any order. That's sort of nice. Then it's a 3 damage attack, and more importantly, it's a 4 shield. So that's really nice. So we'll set that off to the side. Then we have Quill Throw. So it's a range 2 attack. Target 3 different enemies. Attack once, apply to all. You predict how much damage you will draw. If you're within 2, the answer costs one less animus. I like the idea that you're attacking 3 different enemies. It's very expensive, though. All right, so let's see. We had Deadeye Shot. This is the one where we would react and remove one of the enemy's might cards. I'm actually okay with, although this one costs 0. It only has 2 defense. I'm okay with removing this one and replacing it with Foreshadowing. The Prophetic Fulfillment, we never ended up getting to use this a second time, but I still like that one. 1 soul. When a friendly character within range 3 is about to lose 1 health, we can transfer it to someone else. I don't like that, although the move 3 at the bottom is nice. So, as much as I like the Quill Throw more, let's look at this one. This one is a predict whether it'll hit or miss. If you're correct and it hits, add 2 damage. The only nice thing about this one was if we miss, we get to do a redraw. So it was sort of like it's a free redraw because you always just guess miss and you get a free redraw. Whereas this one costs a lot more crystals, but you can hit a lot more creatures and it's got a range 2, whereas this one is not range 2, so you have to get up close and personal. I'm okay with replacing this one. And then, of course, we kept our other ones. This Wing Slam, I'm not a big fan of. It does do... See, I almost want to grab one of those other ones. We're going to be a little off-kilter. We won't have 2 with a number 1 on them, and I think we might be okay. I may have to work extra hard to move the stuff around, but I actually like both of these more than I like the Wing Slam. This is sort of a knockback chicanery thing, so I'm going to take that one out. So do I replace it with a 3 or a 2 is the question. I'll replace it with the 3, largely because it costs 0 and it's a reaction. So I like that, and we'll make sure that that's part of. And I just realized I added Andrew's cards to the penitence cards. All right, so we got our 7 for everybody except for Jagira. And with Jagira, we have a lot of choices. So we ended up getting 4 new cards for Jagira. And then we got our original 7, which I'll set aside. So here's the 4 new ones. Spike Trap. Place any tracker token in an... I don't know what a tracker token is, but I'll look it up. In an unoccupied adjacent hex. When any character moves into the hex, remove the tracker token, and the character loses 1 health for each hex they just moved. If the character is normal sized, half the loss. This does not stop movement. Or we can just attack for +2 damage. So that's not horrible. But here's the thing I want you to see. Some of these new ones are melee oriented or hunter oriented. So this one, of course, you're playing down a trap, and then you're expecting them to come to you, and you're getting up close and personal, right? That last battle, we were nowhere near the enemy. And so we never ended up, like that would never be used. Now there is an attack plus 2 damage on the bottom that we can use instead. Okay, tracker tokens are literally these things, the numbers. I would never have guessed that, but that's a tracker token. All right, so we just take one and put it down. So it's an interesting one, but this is the part where I was getting at. So remember, we've been using a bow, and she has a longsword. So this one requires a bow. Target an enemy with a falcon. Attack. This attack is empowered ×1 for each falcon on the target. So I love this one. The falcons involved return to you. So the one problem with it is the falcons come back. So we do like that one. See, this one requires a weight melee. Place your figure on the hex on the opposite side of an adjacent enemy. So you leap over them. And any character in that hex suffers knockback 1. And then empowered 1 for each falcon on the target. If you're attacking the enemy's rear, the falcons involved return to you. So this is another form of it, except, so this is the bow version and this is the melee version. So we got to decide, like, which one are we going to do? With the leather armor, I would suggest we don't do melee, so I'm going to set that off to the side. And then the tandem strike. Move 1, but only if you're using melee. Send 1 or 2 falcons to the target. If the target loses any health after you do an attack, gain a empower for each falcon on the target. So I love that because we could gain 2 empower tokens. So that's a really nice one. And the attack, of course, could be a bow attack. And then we got this spike trap one, which may not be very handy unless you're up close and personal. So let's go ahead and look real quick. First of all, the spike trap and the tandem strike are both level 3 cards. We had this Flight of the Feathers, which is very similar. Move 1 only if melee. Send 2 falcons, but you can send none. Target any enemies within range 5 with a falcon on them. Each enemy can be targeted by this attack once. You draw 4 mic cards and can never miss and make critical. This one, of course, has falcons, and you gain empower tokens if it loses. So I like I like them both. Flight of Feathers is a little more expensive. The other level 3 one is Hinder. After an enemy within range 5 draws damage, for each falcon, we force them to redraw a mic card. We never use this. I know it's a 0 because it's a reaction, or we can move 1, but see, that only attack for 2. We did use this for the attack because we were able to attack with just 2, and that's actually how we killed that last boss. But I'm okay with taking this one out and adding the tandem strike in. So we got more attacky ones, although this uses a whole bunch of crystals. The whistling arrow is the only other one. So send 2 falcons on you to a target. And then this is the bleed thing. So you can attack, it gains bleed. So you do whatever damage the attack does. The bleed thing requires you to use this card more than once. That's the issue with this one. Whereas the whistling arrow, you attack with an empowered, but the falcons do come back. This one, the falcons don't come back. Okay, so they're both 3. So we'll hold on to that one. The other one is Hunter's Call. This one sends them to a friendly character and lets them move, which we did use, but we regretted it because the friendly thing, the falcons ended up staying on the friendly, and then we had to do one of these to send them to a new target, and it was painful. I'm actually going to get rid of that one and replace it with the new one, and I think we're good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so the ones we got rid of are some of the melee ones, which we're not going to be a melee. We're going to stay with the bow. And the one that helped friendlies. And we did get rid of this one, which was really a reaction that takes away one of their mic cards. I'm okay with that. So there be. I know that took a while, folks. I'm sorry, but that's part of the game, is we all leveled up, and we're going to go through all that. Okay, so we got to get ourselves positioned on the board. And I'm going to move that up some more. All right, so I think the war bear we're going to position right here. And I want to make sure I can move up one space like that. I don't know if I can. Give me a second. It has to be literally along the edge. So the war bear, if the war bear wants to sit there and go straight up towards the enemy, we got to start here, and that's fine. All right, so then we have our bow hunter person, and I'm going to start her here, right on the corner. And so the walls aren't in the way, and some of the trees aren't in the way. She's got a straight shot to the boss. And then we have the penitent, which we will put here. And then we have this guy, which I don't know what to do, because if I put him over in that corner, that's a lot of spaces away. And we could do the instant teleport thing, which we did before. Although we regretted it at the end, we needed it again. I think I'm going to go ahead and position him here along with these other guys, and we'll just figure it out. Because the wombat girl, has the thing that buffs the people around her. So we want 2 people to be within range to get that buff. Okay, so then we do our refresh. So like usual, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, and 2, 4, 6. One of the largest feelings I have playing this game is I really want to do Chapter 1 again with a new party. Not that I don't like this party. I just, because there's so many other characters we can play this game with, like the fact that this is a campaign and I got to go through 21, 22 chapters, and it's taken me this many hours just to get through one chapter, I'm like disheartened. And like I want to go create another party and play again with another party, and I want to make sure the witch is in that party. I definitely want to do the Grove person. I want to try the Cur or the Barbarian. Now that I'm playing a little bit more, I sort of see the value of having a high damage character. I want to try that Blade. I still want to try that. And so there you go. I already got my 4 characters. Bam, 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 bam. So there's a lot to this that I want to do. And of course, because the campaign is the campaign, and you're like, oh no, you got to stick with it. It just like the whole time in the back of my head, I have this nagging feeling that I want to play these other characters. That's why I wish this was a video game. So when I play Diablo has 6 characters typically. And you got your paladin, you got your witch hunter, depending on which Diablo you're talking about, it's a mage or a wizard or a sorceress. Anyways, the point I'm getting at is, maybe my paladin's my main character. Hint, hint. I always play the paladin, but I roll a barbarian and play that for a while because it's fun. Or I get a witch hunter out and I play as one of those. And it's especially funny because as the paladin, I might get item drops that benefit another class, and then I'll mail it to my other characters. Anyways, long story short, one of the reasons I enjoy the video games that have characters that are like this is because I play them all. When I played World of Warcraft, I was a Tauren hunter. That was Tauren warrior. That was my primary class. And I'm talking vanilla, original World of Warcraft. So back when, we'd be in the Molten Core and all that stuff. I was a Tauren hunter. That was my thing. preparation on the Malagos server. And anyways, I also had Trepidation, which was another character, Hash Brownie, which was my troll pot-smoking hunter. And anyways, so we would do, like, I had my main class, but I also had all these other classes that I would play and level them up along the way. And in fact, I would, back in those days, that you had to rest in the inn, and the more hours you stayed in the inn, the more bonus experience points you would get. So it would help you level up quicker. So I would take my Taran Hunter out, burn up all my inn bonus, and then put her back in the inn, and then I would move on to my next character and play that one until the inn bonus was worn out, and then move on to the next, and then to the next. And so I basically had all the characters in the game and all the different classes, and I would go through each one. And it's just my style. I don't like playing one all the way to the end. Anyways, I know I belabored that point, but let's get rolling here. So we go first. We did the refresh. We have lots and lots of tokens. I did remember to take the Empower for Wombat Girl, so no forgetting there. This one we took because we lost a health point, we already took the token there. This one has the instant teleport. It's a one-time use. And then we do have to change around some of our stuff. So for example, I chose to go with the unique item, not the other one. So, but he does get a yellow cube. So he now has improved might. The Wombat Girl no longer uses yellow cubes. She now uses red cubes because of the halberd. And same with Andrew. Andrew upgraded from yellow to red. And we stay yellow with everybody else. Okay, so this thing, whatever it is, causing all of our bad dreams. Let's reveal the top card. Backhand. So he's going to transfix, which is going to make one of us get hallucination. He's going to move 5 and attack with the slash and do a knockback 3, and then move 3 north, which means he's going to move further away from us. So right now he's facing us, so I should probably flip this around so I don't get the flanks incorrect. So this is him facing towards us, and the slash marks is, there's one right here. That's a bite. That's the tail. So I got to go after this spot right here. If I want to, I got to go after the flank that's this way. And I don't know if you noticed, but I actually placed the tile underneath him. So that way we got the exact tiles that he's clogging up covered. And then we know how to move up next to him. It's brilliant. I love the idea. I should have thought of it earlier. I know I thought of it in chapter 1, but it's great. I totally recommend it to everybody. Okay, so in the past, we did the Warbear thing where we tried to move up, and I can move straight up and attack that exact flank that would cause him to break and make this less damaging. He draws a black card, and by getting rid of this die, we make that black go away. So now he's only drawing 2 reds and 2 yellows. That's a huge bonus. I'm not promising that all the cards will have that slash, but this one does. And so it'd be nice to take out that die. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with Feral Roar, which you can see costs 3 cubes. So we come over here and we move 1, 2, 3 over. He only has 3 left. And so the miniature for him came with this. I don't know what to do with this. This looks like it's the boy hanging from a tree, remember? That's the boy we were talking about. So I don't know where I'm supposed to put him. So like I'm looking at the picture. I don't see him anywhere. Actually, I think I do. So I think it's trying to say that the boy is like here. So I don't know, like, how do I hang him? So this boy's like hanging in the tree somehow. I mean, I don't have a great solution. I just got him hanging up in the tree there. So there's no objective or anything regarding the boy. We're just focused on the boss. So, anyways, I played the Feral Roar. Up to 2 friendly creatures within range may move to or gain an Empower token. Both of those are awesome. The range is 3, and of course these two are within 3. I'm going to have the Penitent move 2, and I'm also going to have Andrew move 2. The Empower token would be nice, but the move is actually better. And then, of course, I get to move 2. Or Wombat Girl gets to move 2. So Wombat Girl is only 2 spaces away from being able to do some damage. I can spend 2 crystals to finish the gap, but I need to be able to also afford the attack. So which one, like this one here, would be really nice, where I get to do a double attack, but I need 4 crystals. I only have 3, and I also have to move 2 spaces. So that means I need, I need 6 crystals. I only have 3. I only have 1 +2 Animus card, or token, so this is not going to work. I need something that's cheaper than 4. This one only costs 2. It's a really nice defense one, but I could just do 2, which means I only need 2 crystals. So 2 to move, and then these 2, and then I would be able to attack for 4 crystals. I have 3 right now. So that's definitely an option. This one also just costs 2. Not a bad one. In this case, the swipe costs 4, but if I can get up next to him, all those will do extra damage, but I can't afford the 4, so we got to move that one out. This one is another move 2, costs 1. So instead of spending 2 crystals, I could just spend 1 crystal to move 2. I like that. I think we're going to do that. And then that opens the door to me being able to do the Primal Rage. And so let's redo all this. So let's say I'm going to spend 1 crystal to do this one, and we're going to do the move 2 at the bottom. So we come over here, we spend 1 crystal, we have 2 left, and we move 2 more, and I'm right here at his flank. I can attack his front or that flank. I have choice to get either one. I have a +2 Animus crystal, plus these 2 I'm going to spend, and I'm going to do Primal Rage, which is a double attack. And so I'm going to put that here, and it's going to battle flow to there, like that. And so we'll spend these 2, like so. And these cards are going to just have to wait for another day. Very likely defense purposes. And we are going to attack this die. We get to attack twice. So I don't have to declare which die I'm attacking. In fact, that's in the rules. You can just start swinging. Obviously, you can only hit the closest die, but when you have 2 equally close dies, you can wait to see what your damage results are before you determine which die you actually hit. So that is very possible. And since we have 2 attacks, wouldn't it be sweet if I can kill both of these? Now, the problem is, if I kill one, remember the rest of the action is canceled. So the double attacks, I'm not going to be able to take 2 dice out with 1 attack. I just can't. Because as soon as I take this dice out, the other attack gets canceled. So what I want to do is have my first attack reduce this one, and maybe my second attack destroy that one. That's what I would like. All right, so we have a red die, guaranteed, with our might, if I want to roll dice, or I can do cards. And then everything else is just whatever we decide. I have 1, 2 rerolls, 3 rerolls, and 2 empowers. So I'm going to do a red and 3 whites. I think let's start off with that. It says when you attack, add 1 range to the attack. So, oh yeah, so I didn't even need to be next to him because the halberd has a range of 2. However, if the attack has an area effect, instead it targets 5 additional. Yeah, so I think that this ability has to go here. So if I'm going to do a range attack, I have to refresh the card. So I'm definitely not doing a range attack. I'm right up next to him. My question is this going to be enough? It's probably not, but let's do it. See what we get. So we got a 3, 4, 5, 6. And in case you're wondering, that is a 3. I know it's probably hard to see on the camera, but that's a 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. We only did 2 pips of damage. So I'm going to take the first die and reduce it to a 4 because I'm now realizing I'm going to probably need both attacks to bring this thing down. Okay, so now I'm going to attack again. I'm going to put that red die out there and these 3 white, except this time I have an empower 3 and empower 3. So I'm going to take these 2 white dice and replace them with 2 black dice. And so now we're going to try again with 4 dice. And it is possible I may have to do a determination, so I'm going to keep them there. I do have 3 rerolls, so I could also throw some more dice in, because if I get to reroll something, in order to remove 4 pips, I need to do 4 times 3, I need to do 12 damage. I think I can do 12 damage with this, especially if I roll well. So let's go for it. All right. So I rolled 2 misses. So I do have a crit. I have 2 misses here and a 1. So I'm going to throw in a reroll, and we're going to reroll the black. Oh, God, look at that. I am for sure hitting. This is a 9, 10, 11, 12. I got the 12 already. 12 divided by 3 is 4. That's enough to destroy that. I can keep rolling crits. I can add more to this. And what's interesting is if I'm willing to forego this die, I could probably destroy another die while this one's weaker, which is probably more efficient in the long term. But in the short term, if I don't destroy this die and I destroy another die first, this attack is coming. And with that tree in the way and the penitent and Andrew where they are, I don't know if I have enough movement points to get over there to hurt him. I can do a falcon attack. My dog is chasing her tail. She's having a good time. So I can at least see how this turns out. So let's roll these 2. So I got another crit. Then we get another one. So there we go. So I have 4, 6, 9, and 9 is 18, 21, 22, divided by 3, that would be 7 pips. So I can completely destroy either of these dice. If I do, it's going to attack me. If I destroy this one, does it destroys a symbol. You know what? I like the fact that I took out 2 pips here, but it's not often you just do this much damage. So I'm going to actually take out the 6, because in the long run, that's going to be better for me. And then, yes, all these dice are gone, and he's going to attack back. So these symbols, or these tokens, go away. And he's going to get to attack back with full force. So he's going to do transfix first. So we got to review this again. Transfix. Draw a hallucination card. Give it to the oathsworn with the least human cards and with a line of sight to the center. If tied, Choose the furthest. Abilities do not state the keyword target. So it's saying that you don't pick the person that they're targeting. So even though he's targeting Wombat Girl, that's not who he transfixes on. We resolve the cards and effects. All right, so the furthest away is Jagiria. So we're going to give her this hallucination, which is piggyback. You remember how fun piggybacks are. Why do you not do this anymore? We do not spend animus on this action. The closest friendly character to you must spend 2 if possible, 1 if a companion or ally. They then suffer knockback 2 in a random direction. Then place yourself in the closest empty hex to them. Closest friendly character to you must spend 2, if possible, 1 if a companion or ally. They then suffer knockback 2 in a random direction. Then place yourself in the closest empty hex to them. Okay, so the closest is the penitent. And I don't think this stays with them, does it? Let me read this some more. Resolve the card's effects and then keep the hallucination card to mark how many hallucinations they have had. If there's no cards in the deck, place a tracker token and then reshuffle the deck. Once per round, during their turn, the oathsworn with the least amount of hallucination cards may force an adjacent to lose 1 health and lose all cards, including their effects, and any status tokens gained immediately. So this one doesn't cause any, it's just causing somebody to lose 2. So that person is going to be the penitent. So he's going to lose 2. And then we're going to go in a random direction. So we got to roll this. So we're going to go, he's going to go northeast. Thank goodness. If it was northwest, he was going to take damage. So northeast means he gets knocked back 2 in this direction, like so. Sort of not bad. And then we get to go to the closest next to him, which means we can go here or here next to the tree. I'm going to go ahead and take the one next to the tree because I'm in line of sight. And that's it. So then I'm just going to flip this over because there's no lingering effect with this one. And she suffered 1 hallucination. So the good news on this is not all hallucinations are horrible. So that one was manageable. I mean, it definitely caused me to lose 2 crystals. All right, so now he's going to move 5 to the target. He's already next to the target, so it doesn't matter, but he will turn. Well, let's see if he turns. So he's either going to face this way or that way. I think either way he's going to stay where he is. And then he's going to attack full damage because we didn't get the die. And he's going to do a knockback of 3. And he's going to be fine. The knockback 3 is just going to push us back, and then he's going to move 3 north. All right, so we're going to put this here, and he gets a black, 2 red, and 2 yellow. So before that happens, we are going to play a defense for her. And I think we're going to do this one, which adds 4 defense to her. She has 3 right now. So that puts her up to 7 defense. And then we get the black card, 2 reds, and 2 yellows. Wait, chapter 2, and we're already not using any white cards. All right, so let's go. The yellow, that's a 3, 4, 6, blank, 10. So that is what my punishment was for not destroying that die. So it's up to 10. We're at 7. So it did 1 health point of damage to the bear. So the bear goes down to 5. And that's fine. So we know some of the big numbers are already used up. And his turn is, oh, his turn's not over. He moves 3 north now. So what he's going to do is he's going to turn around. Well, we're going to pick them up. So he's going to move 1, 2, so that's going to be the center. So this is now the center, like that. And then he's actually going to face the direction he just moved. So his rear is facing us. Now his turn ended. And everybody else has that many more movement points they need to spend just to get there. Okay, all of that was the War Bear's turn. Wombat Girl. I think we did great. We already destroyed 1 die and damaged another, all in 1 action. So we got 3 more people that need to go. I think I need more cards that do things when he's like a million miles away from us. But that's what we're going to do next. So let me think about who's going to go next, and I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. We're going to start with Jagira, the Falconer. And I'm eyeing up, we're going to do Tandem Strike, which is going to cost 3. And we're going to do Whistling Arrow, which costs 3 more. And neither of these, this one has a range issue. So we're going to have to figure that one out. But we're going to do this one first. So we can't move because we're not using a melee weapon. We're going to send 2 falcons to the target. And then we get to attack. So if the target loses any health, we're going to gain an Empower token for each falcon on the target. So we're going to send 2 falcons to him. So both of them are going to harass him. That'll give us 2 Empower tokens. The other thing is we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 7 spaces away. Our bow only has a range of 4. So unfortunately, I think I got to move 3 spaces, which means I'm probably only going to get to use this 1 skill. I probably won't get to use the other one. And I'm just looking to see if there's any like move cards that might help me to spend less crystals to do movement. And I don't have any. So there's send up to 2 falcons. Like none of these let me move. And it's because he went 3 north. He like sort of ran away from us. So now I'm sort of scrambling, trying to catch back up to him. Another thing that I forgot to do is we get to see the next card. It's Hurl, so he's going to do another Transfix. He's going to do that attack again, so he's punishing us for not destroying that die. Knockback 4. And then he's going to move 3 to the northwest. Okay, so we're going to have to spend 3 crystals just to move 3 spaces. So here's 1, 2, 3, and that leaves me with 3 left. So the 3 spaces I'm going to move is 1, 2, 3 to right here. So we can hit his rear or this flank. And since he turned around, he is now facing this way. And I know it's silly, but for me, I need this orientation or I get screwed up. So we're looking at this die or this die are the 2 that he can target. Or she. I keep saying he. So we sent 2 falcons. We are now within range 4 because I moved 3, so I can do the attack. If the target loses any health, we're going to gain 2 Empower tokens. And that's what I want. And the falcons will stay with him. And that costs 3 more crystals. So we're going to do that. That's a 3 card. So it's going to go in the 3 location. All the crystals are spent. And I do have an Empower, which I am going to spend. So normally we get a yellow die, and I'm going to take the yellow die. If you'll notice, I'm shying away from the cards. I think I like the dice more. So I'm going to take the yellow die. And then I'm going to do the Empower 3 to go straight up to a black. I do love these blacks. And then I'm going to take at least 2 whites. So we're going to roll 4 dice, and I'm actually going to add a 3rd white. So we're going to do that. We're going to roll 5 dice. I'm spending an Empower to get this one, and then everything else is just like that. And here we go. Which die, it doesn't matter. I get to see the results first. I'm probably going to go for the flank one just because that's the harder one to get to. And you can see I got a 2, a crit, a 1, and 2 blanks. So one of the reasons I was being so daring is I actually have a reroll. So I'm going to reroll one of these. And there you go. I got a 1, so that's not a miss anymore. So these 2 tokens serve their purpose. And he is going to lose health. So I'm just going to take the one I was just putting away. I'm taking 2 of these because I know for a fact I'm making him lose health. So, and then let me put this away. All right. So we got a crit here. So we're going to roll again. And that's a 4. So we got 9, 11, 12, 13 divided by 3. So I just did 4 pips of damage. That's awesome. I'm going to do those 4 pips. You know what? This has got the tail symbol. So we're going to do the tail. And so we'll reduce that down to 2. Now I'm out of crystals. I do have a give myself 2 crystals thing. I just don't know if that's worth doing at this time. Let me think about it. I do have a couple. Oh my goodness. This is not a bad idea. So we're within range of the 5 range of the enemy. So we have this thing. Target a character within range 5. He's range 4 now. Send 1 or 2 falcons on you to the target. Well, the falcons are already there. If they are friendly, they may move X. If they're an enemy, they suffer knockback X in any direction. X is equal to twice the number of falcons on them. So I can knock him back in 4 spaces. I can basically make him run into a tree, destroy the tree, and he would take, well, he would just take 1 pip worth of damage. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. That knockback thing is not super exciting. I got another one called Swoop. The falcon has your might, but may only draw 4 cards. So there is this thing where it says, send a falcon on you to the enemy. I think, well, I mean, we got to be careful, because if there is no falcon on me, I can't send it to the enemy, and so you could argue I can't do swoop. So, now, part of me is thinking, well, the falcon's already on the enemy, so I can still do the swoop. But I don't think I can. But I could just do the bottom, which is just a straight-up bow attack right here. Or I can just wait, and I think I'm going to just wait. I don't think I need to be in a rush. I'm not killing this guy in 1 round. So I'm just going to sit back and wait. Now we move on to the Penitent has a lot less crystals. So I'm not sure there's anything I'm going to be able to do with him. Let's take a look. We got the shield bash. No. Judgment. If you have a shield, range 3 unarmed, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6 spaces away. He would have to use 3 crystals just to get in range. And none of these have a move. Yeah, none of them have a move. So we're going to spend all these crystals just to move our butt. The range is 4 because we've lost 1 health, but I'm 5 away. 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 5 to get next to him, and then a 6th one to attack him. So give me a second. I'm just... All right, so remember I used a redraw token on the... so this is Jaguar. So during the encounter, gain 1 redraw on an attack or basic check. So I'm going to use that, and that's a 3. And that actually is going to cause battle flow. So I have 2 3s that are going to battle flow to 2. And then that gives me my, my reroll token back. Because remember, we had to use a reroll, but we used our armor to do that. And we're good there. So we're on this guy. I'm looking at all of his special abilities. We do have like a range attack thing that he can do, but it does cost 3 crystals. I think we're going to just move. There's nothing else I can do. I do have this range attack. It's 3, but it costs 3. So it's 4 because we have 1 health damage. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6 away from him. So I need to move 2 spaces. I can't spend any of these. So I could do a 0 card. What's that going to do for me? Yeah, I can battle flow, which I have nothing to battle flow. There's nothing to refresh. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to just move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move to there. And that's all 4 of his crystals. He sort of got hurt by the hallucination thing. So that took him out of the battle. That's fine. And then last but not least, we have Andrew. Now, Andrew is a million miles away. And I'm very tempted to do the teleport thing again. Just because I want him to get into the action. And the penitent's next to him, so the penitent can protect him. And it's sort of what we did last time, and it worked. Otherwise, Andrew's got to figure out how to move a million spaces around this tree to get up to him. And that's not an easy thing to do. So let's figure out what Andrew's going to do here. That's a healing thing. I'm looking for move first. So the backstab is the one we're going to do if I teleport. This 0 card, it needs like a move. I know you spend 1 crystal to move 1 space. I guess that's why it doesn't have a move, but it'd be nice if it had 1 crystal, move 2 spaces. Sort of like Mage Knight. There's not 3 enemies to target. But there is a move 3 here. Costs 1 crystal. He is to get next to the enemy. 1, 2. And by the way, you can't go through your own characters. You have to go around them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to get next to him. He does have 7 crystals, but that's a lot. If we did this, we can change the top card. You know what? We're going to teleport and backstab. So, again, I'm using his one-time action, but I do like it. And we're going to go straight up because we're also behind him. See? So if we teleport up, we're literally in the poop chute. And see, he's even got a little diaper. It looks like a satchel. So we're good to go. So we're going to attack him from behind. That's going to cost us 3 crystals. He's got 4 left. And the attack is empowered times 5. If it breaks a location, we get to battle flow a card twice. So I'm trying to decide maybe I should do something else first, because if I battle flow a card twice, this is the only card I actually have in the battle flow process. So let me think about this. I do have 4 crystals left, so I could do something else first if I wanted to. I'm going to do the 0 card. And I'm going to do just a regular attack. So that cost me 3 of my crystals. So we're going to get to attack twice. So with this one, he has a red. So he's going to get to roll a red by default with his weapon. And we're going to just add some whites. We'll do 2 of them. I just want to do some damage. I don't, well, no, we'll do 3. If I miss, then I get determination and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do this. And I do miss. So I got a 4, which would have been 1 pip worth of damage. Do I want to use a reroll here? I'm going to say no. I'm not going to do a reroll. So I get the determination bonus, which lets me grab any token I want. So I can grab an empower or a reroll. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an empower. Nope, I'm going to take a battle flow token. This will cause a card to, or a whole set of cards to battle flow. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to, now we're going to do the backstab. So I have 5. So if I take one of these times 3, that gives me a black die. And then one of these times 2 gives me another red. So I'm looking at 2 reds and a black. And then I'm going to add 4 whites. There's almost a guarantee I'm going to get 2 blanks here. But that's what I'm doing. Because the battle times 5, I need to hit him. Well, he only has 2 pips on the rear. I forgot about that. I'm going to take 2 of these away. We're going to go ahead and do this. And so I do miss. Both black and red drew a blank. And so I'm going to take one of my rerolls, and we're going to reroll the black. And I got a 4. So 4, 7, and 2 crits. Those 2 crits are blanks, but that's okay. So 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 divided by 3. That's 3 damage. I only have 2 pips to kill, so he is, another one bites the dust. So this is gone. So he is going to experience, Andrew's going to experience the wrath of this guy. So first thing he does is hallucination transfix. Wombat Girl's furthest away and doesn't have a hallucination, so she gets one. They are everywhere. Do not spend animus on this action. Move to the closest obstacle. Place your highest cooldown card with an attack symbol on cooldown as you flail at it. This triggers battle flow. If you're a companion, lose 1 combat token of your choice. You may then act normally. So this will just flip over. So we got to take something that has a combat. I mean, all of them have combat. So move to the nearest place your highest cooldown card. So that would be the 3, the bite. And it does trigger battle flow, so the bite moves down to 2. So that part's good. So yeah, now she has a hallucination in front of her. Okay, next up, move 5 to the target. So all he's doing is he's going to rotate around. And now he's facing Andrew. And he's going to attack Andrew. He still gets to do a full attack because we still haven't destroyed the die that has that slash symbol. And then after the attack, he's going to get knocked back 4 in random direction. And a lot of the directions are going to result in him taking damage. So we do have a problem there. So we're going to do, for the penittent, we can guard him, which we can move 2 towards the character and use our own defense, which is going to be 4 instead of his 2. But I am not going to guard him because I think he's going to get attacked again as soon as this round ends. And the round is ending. So we're going to let him go. And with letting him go, he is going to play his own defense card. He has this prophetic fulfillment one, which is defense of 3. So that's going to give him 5 defense value. And then we also have so we'll go ahead and do this. So the black card comes out, 2 reds and 2 yellows. Here's the yellows. He has a 2 and a blank, a 2 and a blank, and a 4. So 4, 6, 8. His defense is 5. He's going to take 1 health damage. And I'm okay with that. So we'll do 1 health damage. So he drops to a 5. He could have caused somebody else to take the damage instead of himself, but that would have caused him to spend another card. We're not going to do that. All right, so Andrew survives that pretty well. Andrew's getting knocked in a random direction, so we got to roll one of these again. And he's going northeast, which was the perfect thing to do. Okay, we could have rolled here, and let me show you. So here he is right here. If he rolled 1, 2, 3, he would have hit this tree, south. If he would have gone this way, southwest, he would have hit a tree. Southeast, he would have hit a tree, hit another person, and both of them would have taken a damage. If he would have gone north, he would have hit the enemy and taken damage. Northwest and northeast were the only 2. So he moved 4 that way, and he's fine. Now the satyr, or satyr, moves 3 northwest. So he's facing north right now, but obviously he would turn to face this way. And again, I'm going to take him off. So he's currently here. So he's going to go here 1, and then he's going to bounce like a mirror and go 2, 3, and he's facing this direction, and he actually destroys this tree. So that tree's out of the game. And he's facing that way. All right. This is where an overhead camera would be very handy sometimes. The problem is I can't hold the camera up and also move the stuff at the same time, at least not easily. My apologies. That's why I do Tabletop Simulator, folks. You see all the action. And by the way, this game is on Tabletop Simulator, so you could play this there. I chose not to because Andrew, of all people, always tells me he prefers this. So, Andrew, I hope you're watching and appreciating it. So, I do confess that having the components in front of me makes me learn the game better, when you go to Tabletop Simulator, sometimes, you know, you have to play the game for a while in person before you appreciate all the different components that are on there. Anyways, we're at the end of all of our stuff. So we're moving to the encounter phase. So we're going to resolve the top stage card. There's no minions to activate, and then we're going to go to the next one. So this card is gone. He has 2 dice destroyed. Stage 2 was triggered when 2 dice was destroyed. So everything we just did actually didn't happen. I apologize. We triggered stage 2 as soon as that second die was destroyed. So let's, his attack should not be changed. So we might be okay there. It's the moving and the hurling and all that stuff. So let's resolve this. So the hallucination would not have happened. So this does not happen. So that means I'm going to take the card back for her, for Wombat Girl, and undo the battle flow. All oathsworn resolve a hallucination card. Well, it would have been the order was determined, but we're going to just keep Wombat Girl's the way it was, because we already resolved that one. So everybody resolves one. Move 5 to the closest target. It would have attacked with the black card removed. So that means that was a 4. That means he would have taken no damage, because he had 5 defense and he had a 9. Well, did he have a 9? Well, we can check. I got the discard pile right over here. So the black was a 4. Yeah, it was an 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, if we canceled the 4, because this one, the symbol is the teeth. And we took out the die with the teeth. So this black card does not get drawn. So therefore, he would have taken no damage. So we're going to give him his health back. He's back to 6. I know we have to still do all the hallucinations. I get that. I'm just trying to make sure everything else is retcon fine. He would not have been thrown, so we'll put Andrew back where he was. And instead of him moving northwest and destroying the tree, he's moving 3 southwest. So we'll do the hallucination soon, but let's retcon everything else. And so Andrew would not have been thrown these 4 spaces. And then I'm going to take this off. This is where he was. And so this here is the center space, and he's moving 3 to the southwest. This tree was right here, like so. So if he's here, he's going to move 1, 2, 3. He still destroys the tree. He's just going to be a little bit closer to us, like that. There. Okay, so now we got to deal with the hallucinations. Everybody gets one. So it was supposed to start with who had the most, and the only other one that had it was Jagira. So let's do this. Horrifying Scream. Draw 2 new hallucinations and give them to the 2 nearest oathsworn to you. These are resolved immediately in any order you choose. So the 2 nearest are Penitent and Wombat Girl. So let's do Wombat Girl. All oathsworn suffer knockback 2 in a random direction. Roll separately for each character. Jesus, this is taking forever. Okay, so we're going to start with Wombat Girl. South. So she gets knocked back 2 this way. Then we're going to go to Penitent, northeast. So he's going to go 2 this way. Then we're going to do Andrew, southeast. So 2 that way. And then we're going to do Jagira, northeast. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, hiding behind the tree there. Okay, so that one's resolved. Then we're going to go to Penitent here. Move as close as possible to the center hex of the board, spending animus as usual. He has none to spend. Once you're as close as possible to the center hex, gain... See that's like a hobble thing. I gotta look up that symbol. So he has no animus, so he's just gonna gain the hobble symbol, which is, it's a foot. And I think that means he's not gonna be able to move very well. So let me look that up real quick. It's called crippled. Page 16 or page 28. A character with crippled cannot willingly move until the end of the next oathsworn phase. This includes movement from any ability cards. You may still play the card. After the next oathsworn phase, the crippled token is removed. Oh my gosh. So basically the penitent's just going to sit there doing nothing. Okay, so can't willingly move. You can get thrown around or whatever, but... Sorry, I'm drinking some coffee. Okay, so now we're going to do the actual penitent card. So the only one we have left is Andrew. Snake. All your weapons are thrown 2 hexes in a random direction. Place a tracker token. You can act normally this round, but you cannot pick up your weapons. You may pick up your weapons in future rounds. You are unarmed until then. Well, I guess since we can't move, and we also can't pick up next round, it's not a big deal. But that does mean we have to go pick up our weapon. So southeast, and I'm just going to grab a 12 tracker. And so the weapon is dropped here. This is a lot of insanity, this particular one. Pun intended. Okay, and then we're going to do the Andrew one. Draw a basic check. Difficulty 6. If you succeed, gain a shield. If you fail, lose 1 health. Ooh, basic check. Difficulty 6. Well, basic check is not a might check. So these are white dice. There's 4 of them. Do I think I can get 6? Well, I can if I roll these 2s. I'm going to roll 5. I would like to pass this. Look at all those blanks. 4 blanks. My goodness. I had some rerolls, but I'm not rerolling over that. So Andrew does finally lose that health that we keep giving back. All right, he's down to 5 health now. That was a horrible roll. Okay. We are done. So now it's his turn, and now he's drawing this one for his turn. Loathing. He's going to transfix. Wombat Girl has 2. Penitent has 2. This one's going to Andrew. Do not spend animus. You snap, move into range and attack the closest character, friend or enemy. The closest character is Penitent. Using 5 cards, including your might. You cannot miss or critical, and the victim may play a defense card as usual. You cannot use interrupts to help the victim of this attack. Afterward, place your highest cooldown ability card on cooldown. This triggers battle flows. So, a couple of things. Let's do the cooldown thing first. The Deadeye is going to cause this to go to 2. He's going to do his own attack. He has a red might, and it says that he's going to do 5 cards. So he's basically doing a red might and 4 something else. There's a real good chance we're just going to miss, because we're going to... Oh, no, it says it can't miss. That's right. Can't miss. So it is against Penitent. Penitent's going to have a whole turn where he can't do anything. So we might as well just play a really good defense card. And I'm looking here. And we're going to do this one, Intercession, defensive 3. So that puts him at a shield strength of 7. And we're going to roll these dice. And here we go. So it's a 3, 4, 5, 6. Defensive 7, so he did no damage. That's perfect. So we survived that. All right, so, okay. Target the oathsworn with the least amount of hallucinations. The thing is every single one of them has 2. So that means he's going to target whoever's closest to him, which in this case is Andrew. He's going to move 7 towards him, and he's going to do a full-blown attack and then move 3 south. And then the next card we get to see is this one. So those slashes, we really got to get that die off of him. Okay, so he's going to move 7 towards Andrew, because Andrew's the closest. Wombat Girl would have been the closest, but she got pushed. So he will rotate and just move 1, 2, 3. Well, he would have rotated like this, and then 3 like that. So now he's facing Andrew, and he's going to attack Andrew. I can't use Pentanence because I can't voluntarily move. So he's going to draw a black, 2 reds, and 2 yellows. There's still some nice misses in here. Andrew, of course, will play a defense. He's going to do Foreshadowing, which is a defense of 4. Is he going to do that? Yeah, we'll do that. So that's going to give him 6 defense. He needs it. Okay, so here we go. Oh my gosh, that's 5 right there. 3 more for 8. And a blank. So 8, he has 6. He's going to lose 1 more health. He's down to 4. He's doing okay for taking all the brunts of the hits here. Again, it's my biggest issue with the cloth character being up in personal, which is what he is. So I took him because he had a healing ability, but his healing ability sort of sucks. And so, sorry, Andrew, I'm not a huge fan of this character the more I use it, because the idea of a cloth character up front doing battle is not ideal. I'm just classic D&D minded, where, you know, the mages are in the back, the tanks are in the front. But with that being said, you're surviving multiple attacks just fine. So I'm really just complaining. Okay, so we did that, and then he's going to move 3 to the south. And that's an interesting one, because this tree that's been blocking the camera this whole game is going to get destroyed. So this gets destroyed, because he's going to turn this way. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, and he's actually going to push my character out of the way, because he's going to be right here facing my character, which is Wombat Girl. So that's that. Oh, I see where this goes. This goes right in here, doesn't it? I bet this does. Come on, it looks like it fits in there. There it is. The kid on this stick is actually his staff. So when you get the miniature, this piece is separated, and there's a little hole here in the top of the staff that it plugs into. I was just always wondering where the heck that went. Okay. All right, his turn is over. So we can do this here. If we do snap out of it, we can cause the penitent to lose all the effects. If he's willing to lose 1 health, he actually is going to remove his cripple, and then he'll be able to take his turn. It just has to be whoever has the least amount of hallucination cards. Everybody has 2. So everybody has the least right now. So they just walk up to the penitent once per round with the least amount, may force an adjacent. They lose 1 health, they're going to lose all their cards, and then the effects, which includes the cripple. And the effects would also mean he would get his weapon back. It wouldn't be laying on the ground. So I really like that idea. We have our falcon person who's 1,000,000 miles away. And so I think I might use her to help him. Of course, Andrew is next to him as well. And maybe we could use Andrew as well. Well, let's see. So first thing we do is 2, 4, 6. There's no cards in the 0 spot. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7. So everything's moved over. There is 1 card in the 0 spot. Oh, and actually, this one would also, because he caused a die to be removed, and we would have gotten to battle flow. So he battle flowed 1 card twice. So he would have battle flowed. So this would have been back in his hand. And then 2, 4, 6. Okay, so remember the Falconer has abilities that has to be within 5. So to hit him, it has to be 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the Falconer is standing right here, then he's next to the penitent and can cause him. So we need to spend 3 crystals to move 1, 2, 3. So within 5 spaces of him, and can cause him. So I'm going to lose a health. I'm going to go down to 4. Every time I lose health, I gain an empower token. So that actually helps me. I'm going to get my weapon back because all the effects of hallucination goes away. And that was the best way to get rid of these hallucination cards. And then I also lose the cripple token, which is excellent. So that puts me back in business. All right. But I'm not done with the Jaguari yet. We have 3 crystals left. So what do we want to do? We got Whistling Arrow. Target an enemy with a falcon. Empowered ×1 for each falcon on the target. We have 2. The falcons involve return to you. And then, of course, this is a 1. All of our cards are sitting on a 2. To target a character within 5. I can't send any falcons to the target. Target any enemy within 5. I can't send a falcon to him with that either. Well, I think I like this one. It's just a basic attack. He's facing us. So this is the closest die, this one right here, this flank. It would be nice to hit this one, but that's not the one I can do. So we're just going to spend 3 crystals. We'll do a Whistling Arrow. This does not help me battle flow my cards, but it's the best I can do for now since I had to spend 3 crystals to get Penitent into action. And I think that's okay. I mean, when you're spending 3 crystals just to... Well, hold on. No. I I have a thing that gives me 2 more crystals. So I could do something else. I could even do this one. Send up to 2 falcons. You can send none. And then we do an attack. Targets any enemies within range 5 with a falcon on them. Each enemy can be targeted by this attack once. We draw 4 might cards. Attack once, apply to all targets. Cannot miss. I'm going to do... The problem with this one is you need the falcons to come back to you. Yeah, we're going to do Whistling Arrow because this causes the falcons to come back to us. And then that allows us to do the other cards. So I'm just going to do that. It's going to cost me my 3 crystals. And it's a regular attack, empowered times 1. So she gets a yellow die normally. She's going to add 3 white. And we're going to add one of these empower tokens to it and turn a white into a black. I think we're going to try that. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, we got 2 blanks. And so we're going to add a reroll, which we have. And we're going to reroll the yellow. There we go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 3 is 2 pips. So this is going to drop to 4. I'll take it. It's not earth-shattering, but it's something. Okay. Her turn's over. I think she did a great job. She got me back into the game and got rid of a lot of serious penalties I had. I was going to, first of all, lose this entire round and then have to spend all of next round retrieving all my equipment. Not the case anymore, so I'm happy about that. The Jaguari does have a situation where she's going to need to battle flow some of her cards. I'm not too impressed with her. This whole Falcon thing is not super exciting. I just realized my Falcon... Oh, it was the other Falcon attack. Can't miss. This one could have. I thought that some of those, like, hey, your attack can't miss. I'm not a big fan of the... I think maybe I would rather do the Ranger if I'm going to do a bow, because she's pure bow. Whereas this one seems to be like half melee, half, and doesn't know what they want to do. The Falcons aren't that exciting of a mechanic. So I really thought I was going to like this character, and I think it's the one I like the least. And if anything, I actually am tempted to replace this one with the Witch. It's just that the whole diversity of, like, she's the only leather-wearing armor person. I am very tempted to swap her out with the Ranger, and you may see me do that next chapter. Just because I just want to do damage with my bow. I don't necessarily want to do, like, this Falcon stuff is too complicated. Maybe not complicated. It's not, yeah. Anyways, we're doing fine, folks. It's not like we're dying here. Okay. I have Wombat Girl literally sitting next to him, facing him. The front die is destroyed. The next closest die is the one we want to get. So Wombat Girl needs to get a good whacking on him. She only has 2 cards in her hand. So we need to play Swipe. And this is an area of effect. So 2 of them are going to hit him. And so that means when you're doing an area effect, every extra tile that gets hit is +1 damage. So basically this is like a regular attack with a +1 damage to it. Now this says add 1 damage for each enemy hit. It's sort of the same thing. Attack once, apply to all targets. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to cost 4 crystals, and it's going to go in the 1 spot, which is going to battle flow all of these. But before I do that, I'm going to do this one to battle flow 1 card. That's going to cost me 1. And I'll show you why. So I'm going to spend 1, and we can battle flow one of these 2 cards. So we're going to battle flow the the 4 defense one over to here. And then now I'm going to play this card, and then that's going to cause all of these cards to battle flow to there. So that's the beauty of that. And that's going to cost 4 more crystals. So she'll have 1 left. All right, so let's make this go. We're going to get a red. She has 2 rerolls and not much else. So we have to do 4 pips worth of damage. She has no empower, nothing. I'm going to add a 5th die. Because we're going to need a lot of damage. 4 times 3, we need 12 damage with this. And so we have our crit that we were looking for, but we also have a miss. So we're going to spend 1 reroll. And I got a blank again. So we're going to spend another reroll and hope this is the charm. And it's not. Oh my gosh. All right, so I have to do determination, which means I get both of these back, and I get to grab another one. We're gonna grab Empower, and that blows. This is actually where drawing the cards might have helped, because you can roll a blank each and every time. Whereas if you were drawing the cards, you would know, hey, you know, the chances of getting another blank are really low. So my apologies there. That's how the dice rolling works, right? So I missed. I had a great opportunity. This was 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would have been a blank, so that would not have turned anything. So I would not have gotten my 12. The best I would have been able to get was to 11. So it still would not have been enough to take out that die, but if I could at least reduced it a bunch, that would have helped. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that he can do, or she can do, to improve that situation. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate. All right, so her turn is done. Now we got Andrew, and we have, of course, the penitent. Andrew is 2 spaces away, could be in the rear. He has backstab again, so we could go in and backstab. Why not? We also have a range 2 attack. All right, so we're going to do backstab, which is 3. We have to move 2 spaces, which is going to make it 5. And then we're going to do battle flow, which makes it 6. So the backstab is going to go here. Battle flow goes here. The battle flow action is going to move this card to there. And that's going to take 6. So 2, 4, 6. And he still has 3 left. So I know we still have to resolve the backstab action, but you know what? We're going to do it a little different. So instead of spending 6, I'm only going to spend 4, which is the backstab plus the battle flow. And we're going to do this 1 soul card. On the bottom it says move 3. And so we're going to play that for 1 crystal, which is going to move over. And then we're going to battle flow all of this to here. And then we're going to play the backstab, which battle flows all of this to there. Okay? The order matters, folks. Remember, we didn't resolve the backstab yet. We were just trying to pay for everything and make sure we had the economy right. I still have 4 crystals left. We get to move 3, so we're going to move. Basically, Andrew's a proctologist. He always likes to look at the rear. and we get an Empower 5. So he has a red, and then this is Empower 3, and that's Empower 5 right there. He's got another Empower card, or Empower token. We're going to go ahead and spend that. And it's a 3 Empower, so we're going to add another black, and then we're going to add, I only have one reroll. We're going to add 1 white. Here we go. The number of blanks on each die is the same, so whether it's white or not, the possibility of rolling blanks is equal. And I rolled 3 blanks, so, oh my gosh, Andrew, I missed with you. I should probably start really seriously consider drawing cards in these situations. I think the dice were going my way in the beginning, but now they're starting to catch up. They're normalizing. I only have 1 reroll, and even if I reroll 1, I still have 2 blanks. So determination is going to kick in. I didn't lose any tokens. No, I did. I spent an Empower. So I get that back, and I'm going to take a reroll back. All right, so then I have 4 crystals, and only 1 card in my hand. It's this guy, which is a range 2 attack. It costs 5 crystals to play. I don't have 5. I do have a 2 crystal thingamajig. You know what? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I have this. And I'm going to put the redraw back. So I spent this to get the second black. I had 1 reroll, and then I have this that lets me reroll a white blank. So I'm going to take this white blank, and I'm going to draw a card. And I got a 2. It's a crit 2. So now, for this reroll, I'm going to do the black. And I'm going to draw a card. And of course I drew a blank. All right, well that didn't do me any good. I still got the 2 blanks. So I'm going to get both of my tokens back. And the redraw, like we said earlier. And then this is going to go into the 3 spot. So I don't even get to use that again. I thought for sure I was going to save it. Dang it. All right, so with the 4 crystals, if I can guess how much damage I do, and I'm within 2, it only costs 4. What I don't know is if I only have 4 crystals, can I do this action knowing that I can't afford the 5? I don't think you can. I do have a 2 crystal thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll spend this for 2 crystals, and then I'm going to spend 5 for this action. So I'm really just spending 3. And we're going to do the quill throw. We're going to do a range 2 attack. I get a red. There's no 3 different enemies to target. I'm just targeting him. And since it's range, I still can only hit the dice that's closest to me, sitting in the rear. So what's my guess going to be? I'm going to roll a yellow and 2 whites. And I'm going to guess that I do 3 damage. And I did 3 damage, but I have a crit. I did 4 damage. So that was within 4, so I'm going to get 1 crystal back. Or Andrew's getting 1 crystal back. So 4 minus 3 is 1 pip damage. So I'm going to take this one and reduce it to 3. It's a lot of work just to do 1 pip of damage on this guy. I do have 2 crystals left. I think I can maybe move Andrew away from him. I'm going to leave Andrew right where he is. So now we're going to go to me. I'm the last one. And, man, the bear really needed to destroy that die. Because this guy's going to do a big attack. And then he's going to move 3 north. So we do have a range 3 attack we can do. I'm just looking at what else we can do here. We have the guard, we have the taunt, +2 damage attack. I have no moves. That's the crazy part about this. The knockback would cause some damage on him. I like this one. So that's going to cost 3. So let's try to do the shield bash. And that's actually going to cause a battle flow to trigger as well. And so in order to do that shield bash, I have to move quite a few spaces here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So that's going to cost 4 crystals. That's 2 and that's 4. And then to do the shield bash, I need 3 crystals. And then that's going to cause the battle flow to go like this. Well, I have 2 crystals with this, so we're going to go ahead and play that, and then just shift 1 more down. So we are going to get to do it. And so this is a regular attack with knockback 3. If you have a shield, treat this as an unarmed attack, which means I don't get to use my yellow, but I do get a black. And for each defense your shield has, the shield just has 1 defense on it, right here. If the target collides with anything, I get to gain a crystal. And it's for sure going to collide, because I'm going to knock him into the wall here. And I might knock him into this wall here. Do I get to pick the direction for the knockback? Let me check. Because if that's going to determine which angle I approach him, I will do exactly that. So it's directly away. So right now, with where I'm standing, I'm going to cause him to knock back into the warbear, and the warbear would take a damage. But the warbear would take a damage, and then he would take a damage. This would take a damage, and he would take another damage. That's what the knockback would do. Now, I could try to, like, if I go around to this side of him, I can knock him back into this wall. So I moved 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And I did that from here. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm in the rear, but I would still knock him into the warbear. If I went, I would have to go 5, 6, and I only have 1 extra crystal right now. So I don't think there's a way I could knock him without hitting the warbear. And I guess that's okay. Let's go ahead and do the attack. So we have the black. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 empowers. And we're going to add 1, 2, 3 black dice to this. And we're going to roll 4. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We'll roll 4 against him. There we go. Holy shit. So we got 5, 10, 14. And I get to roll a black twice. So we got 3 more for 17. So 17 divided by 3, we get 5 damage that we did to this guy. Unfortunately, I got a hit here. So I only needed to do 3. So I do, oh, and then guess what happens? The knockback doesn't occur. Because he's going to immediately target me. Ah, okay. Well, we at least got rid of another die. So, yeah, knockback doesn't happen, folks. Because my attack and everything that goes with it automatically cancels. So, 1 second. And then, yeah, we're going to resolve this card when I get back. All right, I am back. We are resolving the reaction. So, transfix. I have the least, so I get it. It's so hot. The armor is thrown 2 hexes. Oh, come on. You can act normally this round, but you cannot pick up your armor in future rounds by moving into the hex with the tracker. The good thing is we are still in the oathsworn round, so you only have 1. Companions still gain their bonuses. Shields are unaffected by this. So the armor has been thrown 2 hexes in a random direction. It is northeast. So we'll grab another one of those tokens. This is the most annoying one. And then, of course, I'm being attacked right now because I just destroyed that die, which is, I just lost my armor, which that removed 3 defense value. I'm normally at a 4, now I'm down to a 1 because I was allowed to keep my shield. So that transfix hurt. Move 5 towards the center of the board. I don't know why he would move towards the center of the board because he needs to attack. Oh, he's doing a wave attack. What's a wave? We got to look that up. I never saw a wave before. I'm sure it's in here. Cone attacks, wave attacks. Affects all characters in a 3 hex wide line between the source of the wave and the edge of the board. The direction of the encounter's wave attack will always be in the direction where the greatest number of enemies will be affected by it, even during a reaction. The line is not blocked by any obstacles or line of sight. Draw the attack once and apply the result to all affected characters. All right, so he's going to move towards the center. So if I pick him up, which is always easier to do, the center of the board is right here. So he's going to move 1, 2, and you can see that I'm going to get pushed, but I'm going to get pushed to here, or Andrew is. And then he's going to do a wave, and that wave is going to be like these 3 hexes. It's just something going this way. It's going to hit these 2 guys. That's what it's going to do. So the penitent can still play his cards to defend, but basically Andrew and I are both going to get attacked with this attack. It does have the slash. We never, because Wombat Girl couldn't destroy that die, we're going to, if no one can be hit, it's going to move 3. We're definitely going to hit 2 people, so that part's not an issue. So it's going to draw a black, 2 red, and 2 yellow. And this is going to apply to both of them, whatever the results are. So for the penitent, we're going to play, we got 2 of them with 2 defense. We got the taunt one, and we have the sweep one. We're going to do, we'll do the sweep one. So we're going to, because that costs 4 crystals. That's an expensive one. So this is at least going to add 2 more shields, so he'll have a total of 3. That's going to trigger a battle flow. So all of these will move to here. This armor's gone, but that's going to cause the battle flow. And So that's there. And then we're going to Andrew has to play his card. He has no cards, so he has no defense he can play. So here we go. Let's hope for a lot of misses here. We got a miss and a 1. That's a good start. We got a 4 and a 4. That's bad. So he's up to 9. And then 12. So Penitent, because of his card play, he was at 2 plus 2 is 4. This is 12. Holy buckets, that's 3 damage to him. He's down to 1 health. And he gets 3 of those tokens, power-up tokens. Wow, that was brutal. And it's all because of that stupid card that made me lose his armor. Then Andrew only has 2 defense, and this is 12. That's going to KO him. Well, okay, let me backtrack. I said 12 divided by 3. Nope, 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. I'm going to make it 5. This is Penitent. So 12 divided by 5 is 2. So he gets 1 health back. He's at 2 health now. And that means I got to put back 1 of the tokens. Andrew, though, I can do Taunt. Force 1 enemy. No, that's not it. Guard. Before damage is drawn against a character within range 3, I can move 2. If I'm next to them, they could use my defense. Well, my defense is only 2, just like theirs, so that doesn't help them because I don't have my armor. And yeah, Andrew has 0 cards in his hand, so he can't add to his defense. So a 12 divided by 2 is 6, which would kill him. I can do this, which makes it 12 divided by 3 is 4. And Andrew is down to 1 health. Oof, 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 down to 1 health. So we gotta be really careful because when you destroy these dice, he's going to retaliate. This was brutal. So this one, I can force an enemy to focus on me rather than the target. And I think with a wave, he targets the most, but I think I can still do this. And in fact, I'm going to. So I'm going to go back up to, I think it's 4 health for them. I'm going to make, Wombat Girl's going to make him target her. So I'm going to have to undo the battle, the battle motion on Penitent. Andrew is safe. And yes, we're going to force this guy to attack Wombat Girl, even if that's not the most targets. And that's going to go into the 3 spot. And so, yes, she's being targeted by this attack, which is a 12. But before that would have been played, we would have played a defense. And I don't have a 3 card, but I would go ahead and do this one. And then that's going to cause a battle flow. And so that adds 3 more defense, so that gives her 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2 damage. And so she's going to drop to 3 health. All right, I'm happy with that outcome. That was brutal. And with the missing armor and stuff, between the Penitent and Andrew not having any cards in his hand, that was just a recipe for the worst disaster possible. Okay, now we're not done because everybody's done with their action. And now we have to draw another card. So it's Gore, Transfix. It's going to be me again. Keep this card until the end of the round. phase of the next round. Any attacks you make against the satyr will miss on only one blank rather than two. At the end of the round phase of the next round, discard this card. So it's okay. The next round we got to go pick up our armor anyways. It looks like I'm not going to be doing much next round, I guess. But the attacks will miss even if I roll. Oh, and then since I took the health back, these empower tokens are going to be given back because I didn't actually lose any health to earn them. And but that was scary. We were talking about how we weren't KO'd and we're doing okay. That was a chance that if Wombat Girl didn't have that skill, we would have absolutely been KO'd. So, okay, but we're not done. So we did the transfix. We're gonna move 5 to its target. Well, Penitent and Andrew are the two targets again. And unless I got another trick up my sleeve, we're in trouble. And I don't. So one of those two is going to be the target. And I think it is going to be Penitent because he can raise his defense, whereas Andrew cannot. So he's going to attack, but he's going to get handicapped by the black die because we did destroy that symbol. So he's going to target and he's going to charge through 4. The charge through, I think, means more damage. So let's... So he's going to draw 2 reds and 2 yellows. I don't know how many more misses he has, but now we will play our card and cause the battle flow and all that stuff. So that's going to add 2 defense to our already 2 defense, so we're at 4 against this guy. And I'm going to look up what the charge through does real quick. Make sure I have that. They move forward in a straight line through a number of hexes. During this, they pass through other characters, stopping only at obstacles or board edge. If the attacker is a single hex character, they will stop at any obstacle and will be pushed to the closest empty hex. If the attacker is a large character, they will move through obstacles, destroying them along the way. And if they finish the move on the same hex as any other characters, those characters will be pushed. After the move, all characters that were in the attacker's path are attacked. Okay, I see what's going on. So he's attacking actually both Andrew and him because he's charging through Penitent. So since he's charging through Penitent, he's going to also hit Andrew. So the charge through, he's going to move 4 spaces through them. And what that means is his attack is going to apply to everybody. So Andrew is getting attacked. But I feel a lot better when the black card was removed and we had like 2 4s. I mean, it was nasty, the last one. So hopefully this one will be better. But Andrew is in trouble. All right, so here we go. We got a blank and a 1. This is already much better. And then we have a 3 and a 3. So 3, 6, 7. Andrew has a 2. So 7 divided by 2 is 3 damage. Andrew is down to 1 health. He would have actually been KO'd last time. He was at 4, not 5. So that puts him down to 1 health. And yeah, he's in big trouble. Now, I have 4, so that would knock Penitent down by 1 health. So he goes to 3. And that gives him an Empower token. And then, so he's charging through 4 spaces. And let me see if there's anything I could have played. Because there are reaction cards. None. Penitent has one to make him the target, and he already was the target. So, okay, so if we pick this up, he's moving 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So nobody actually gets pushed out of the way. No nothing gets destroyed. He just does that, and then his rear is facing us. So that's where he's going to end. So now we go to the next round. There's still 3 dice, folks, and some of us, like Andrew in particular, is in big trouble. So 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6. Both of the falcons should have returned to her. I'm just going to put them over here to show that they're on her. Okay, new round. We got to get these dice destroyed. He is showing his rear, which means that this flank is exposed if you're behind him, or that flank there. And I'm going to start with Wombat Girl. We do get to see the next card, which is this one. But the moment that he loses 4 dice, we're going to go to stage 3. So the moment we destroy that die, stage 3 is going to happen. So this will not happen. But if we don't destroy that die, then obviously it will. This / is this particular die. And we're going to start with Wombat Girl. So Wombat Girl has... So we're going to battle flow 1 card here for 1 crystal. So that's going to cause the 3 card to go down to 2. And then we're going to do the Feral Roar, which is 3. 2 friendly characters may move up to 2 or gain, but nobody's in range. We're doing it just to move 2. And actually, 3 crystals to move 2 is not good economy. So we're just going to spend 2 crystals to move 2. And we're going to go 1, 2, like that. Now, you may notice that there's a space between us and them, but we're going to use our halberd here. When you attack, add 1 range to the attack. So I think that by using that ability, I have to put it into cooldown. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So the attack I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do, I could do the Primal Rage, which is a double attack. Or I can do this one, which is, see, because it says like if it's an area of effect attack, instead it targets 5 additional hexes in front of your arc at range 2. So if it targets 5 additional hexes, that means we're targeting all the... So right now we're targeting these 3. Now we're going to target, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we're going to target 3 hexes on there. So that means it's going to be a +2. That's 4 crystals. Or I can do 4 crystals and just do a double attack. Which one should I do? You know what? I'm going to do the double attack. So this 2... No, I know why. I'm doing the area of effect one. So I'm going to use this ability with this, and here's why. This 2 is going to go here, which is going to trigger battle flow. And then I'm choosing this one because it's a 1, and that's going to battle flow everything to here. And that's going to put everything at 0. So we'll get all of our cards back next time. All right, so we're going to do the area of effect. I calculated we're going to get, since we're going to hit 3 spots on him, that's going to give us a +2 damage to our attack. I am going to empower. And so he has a red and a black. We have 2 rerolls. And I'm going to roll at least 2 more dice. Am I rolling dice or am I drawing? I'm going to draw. So here's the 2 whites. Here's the red. Here's the black. I get +2 damage. I need 12. to hurt this guy, or to take that dice out. So here's a 1 and a 2. So I'm at 3. That's a good, for the whites, that's good. That is horrible. And that's a 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I'm going to do a reroll. Even though I didn't miss, I need to do 12 damage. So I'm going to put that away and draw another one. And that's 4, 6, 8, 9, plus the 2 damage because it's a 5. I need to study this more now. It targets 5 additional hexes in your front arc at range 2. 5 additional hexes at range 2. So if we do 3 at range 2, no, 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? 4, 5. Whew. I would say it's still a plus. I mean, is that a +2 or is that a +3? I wish I could see a picture of what that means. If the attack is an area of effect attack, instead it targets 5 additional hexes in your front arc at range 2. Your front arc is those 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then where would the 4th and 5th be? You know what? If you assume that more than 3 of these are hitting him, we did kill him. That's the problem. I don't know. I think I have no other choice, but I'm going to re-roll again, and I'm going to re-roll this one. I like the 4 damage on that one. I'm going to re-roll this one. So let's do it. And then drum roll, please. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And then, yeah, I'll roll the die for the crit. So there we go. 4, 8, 10, 12, 13. No ambiguity anymore. That was very risky, but we're doing it. We're getting it done. So this die is destroyed. Okay, so that's what we wanted. He's down to stage 3. So these cards go away. The stage 2 cards are gone. All that's left is stage 3 and retaliate against Wombat Girl. This is a brutal boss. The other one, all these boss battles are brutal. This is definitely an intense game in these boss battles. I never played Kingdom Death Monster, but I always heard that their battles were like this. And I had a table malfunction. 1 second. All right. Let's draw, see what happens. Wombat Girl's the target. Transfix. Everybody has 2, so the one furthest away is the Jagira, so we'll give it to her. Do not spend Animus. Move to the closest obstacle, climb it, and throw yourself off. Place yourself in a hex that is 2 hexes in a random direction from the northernmost hex of the obstacle. Lose 1 as you hit the ground. If you are an AV, suffer no hit point loss from the fall. What's an AV? I don't know what an AV is. I guess maybe some of these guys say what kind of race they are. Oh, the Harbinger is an AV. Okay, I see. Definitely not the Harbinger. Okay, so the closest is this tree, and he's going to jump northeast of this tree 2 spaces. He's going to be, holy crap, knocked her way up in the corner. She takes a hit point loss. She's down to 4. She's a million miles away from any action. Oh my goodness. All right. move 7 to the target. So this thing is going to turn. This wall is going to get destroyed. And just going to move 1 space to the target. Going to attack the target. And then change to the furthest oathsworn and move 7. And then attack the target. So in this case, it's going to attack Wombat Girl. Wombat Girl has a 3 defense, which is the double attack here. We're going to do the 2 defense one instead and make it a 5. So 5 defense against this guy. The slash is destroyed, so the black card does not get drawn. So we're going to do 2 red and 2 yellow. Here's the 2 red, just 2 damage. And here's the 2 yellow, 2 blanks. So that is a complete miss against Wombat Girl. That is awesome. So nothing happens there. And then he's targeting the the Huntress, which is way back there, the Jaguara, and he's going to move 7 spaces. So I'm just going to pick him up again. We're in the middle here. So he's going to move north and then west. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's actually going to get to her. Holy cow. That is impressive. So she went from being completely far away from him to being right next to him. And now he's attacking her with the same type of penalties. I don't have any way to protect her, but we do have cards. So we got a 3 defense card here. And yeah, we're going to play that one. So we're going to play 3 defense. So that puts her up to 5 defense. We're going to draw 2 red. And we got a blank and a 3. And 2 yellow, which is not going to be 2 blanks this time. And that's going to be 5. That's going to be an 8. So an 8 against 5 defense is going to be 1 hit. She's down to 3 health. So she drops 1 more. All right. I am realizing that some of the 0 cards went back into the hand of everybody, and that includes Wombat Girl. All of that happened because of Wombat Girl, never mind. So all that just because of her turn. So she destroyed the 1 die. He went nuts and went all across the board. So now Falcon Girl's right next to him. So let's see if she can do some damage to him, which she can. The next card, by the way, is if drawn as a reaction, do not resolve. Instead, put it on the bottom of the stage deck and draw a new card. It's going to move 8 to the center of the board. All characters lose 1 health for each hallucination they have. If the character is not within range 4, the hit point loss is halved. Holy cow. That's horrible. So let's make him lose a die. So what can she do? We can send... We're definitely within 5. We can send a Falcon. We can knock him back in any direction. We can knock him into a tree, which would cause him to lose more damage. And then that would get him closer to the other people so they can hit him. It's only going to do 1 damage because he's going to run into a tree, but it gets him closer to everybody else so they can hit him. And that might be worth it. This one here, we can draw 4 cards and can't miss and just see what happens. And then this one is going to put the bleed on him, but he's only going to take any damage if he gets another bleed, but he will endure an attack. Oh, a 2 would help return some stuff. So we want to play one of our 2s. So we're going to do the knockback one. We're going to knock him back 4 spaces in any direction. We're going to put 2 falcons on him. So here they go. He's facing her, so this is the closest die to her. That's going to cost 2 crystals. Battle flow triggers. And so we're going to knock him back 4 spaces into this tree. This tree right here. So he's here. He's going to go 1, 2, and then 3, 4 to there. And so because he hits this tree, he destroys the tree. But he also takes 1 hit, so the pip is going to go down to 5. It's only 1 pip on the dice, but she could still take actions. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. And we can play the Ryle and Rake. Send 2 falcons on you to a target. And I don't have 2 falcons to send. But if I played this, it would only cost me 2 to do the bottom. And then what I would do is it would cause the cards to flow. And then I can play my 0 card, which then allows me to get all my cards back. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for 2. I'm just going to move the falcons back to me. And that's going to cost me 2. And then for 1, I'm going to battle flow 1 card. And then I'm going to get all the cards but 1 back in my hand. I'm going to battle flow the 3 down to a 2. The 1 caused all these cards to go to 0, and then my 0 card caused them all come back. So I get a redraw and an attack now. And so now I want to damage this guy. I have 3 crystals left. And I still have a 2 crystal thing. So what I want to do is send falcons to him. And I can gain some empower for each falcon on the target. And I get to do an attack. So I'm going to send both falcons to him. This is a 3 crystal action. So I don't even have to use my 2 crystal thingamabob. Just trying to figure out what else I can do. I don't like this one. I need to replace that one. So what did I choose that over? The spike trap, the leap attack. Yeah, I should have kept that one. And maybe even that one, the hinder here. For each falcon on an enemy, they redraw a might card. That's actually pretty powerful because we could have used that these last couple of times. Okay, I'm going to do Tandem Strike. We're going to get to do an attack and gain 2 Empower tokens in the process. So we're going to do that. It goes on the 3. That takes all 3 crystals that we have. And we're going to gain 2 Empower tokens, but that's not until the end of the battle. But for now, I have 1 Empower token, and I have 2 redraws. So she uses a yellow, and so I'm going to get a black and a yellow, and I'm going to roll 3 whites. And we're going to attack. He's facing her now, so we really could attack either one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and target the 5 here. And we just rolled 3 blanks. Holy buckets. I have 2 re-rolls. So I'm going to re-roll this one. That's a 3. And then I'm going to re-roll this one. And I still got a blank. So I get everything back. I did not do any damage, so I don't get the 2 Empower tokens, which blows. But I'm going to take 1 of the Empower tokens because I get a free token for discipline or whatever, determination. And yeah, the whole thing was a waste. I should have played this one, because this one can't miss. Okay, well, very poor choices. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use my 2 token, and I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do this for the 2, and we're going to play Swoop. Target an enemy within range 5. And we're going to go ahead and attack. We draw 4. So I'm going to just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't miss, but can critical. So there's a critical for the white. So 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 3 is just a 1 pip hit. So now it's down to 4. That was a lot of work to move him down 1 pip, or 2 pips. But her turn's over. So Wombat Girl's gone. Actually, Wombat Girl still has 4 crystals left. Wombat Girl is too far away to do anything with those 4 crystals. So I think her turn is over. I mean, I could move closer with her. And I will, because I'm going to regenerate 6 crystals. So I'm going to at least spend 1 to move 1 step closer with her, because she's going to get her 6 crystals back. And now she has 6 that are spent because she moved 1. All right, we're going to go do the penitent next. I'm going to have to spend 2 crystals to go pick up my armor. So we will do exactly that. 1, 2, pick up the armor. He gets to put it back on. He's here. The left side of this guy, his left is this die, because I have the card flipped around. So to orient this, the way he's currently oriented, he's like this right now. So we're on this side of him. So we're going to target that 4. Because of our cards, this says when we make attack, we miss on only 1 blank rather than 2, which is horrible. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here, if anything at all. I'm going to go ahead and do a shield attack, this Judgment. Range 3, unarmed, thrown. Add a black for each your shield has. So 1 black is added. And then in either case, the range on this attack is increased by 1 for each. Yeah, see, I don't need the range. I'm right next to him. That just gives me a black. Here we go. We'll do this one. It gives me +2 damage. It's going to cost 3 crystal, so we'll spend the 3 crystal. I'm going to do +2 damage against him. And it goes into the 2 spot. All right, so our weapon lets us put a yellow out. I have an empower, which is going to let me do the black. I have 3 rerolls. I'm going to do 2 whites, a yellow, and a black. If any of them are a miss, the whole thing misses. So this is very precarious, and I'm actually going to draw cards. So here's 2 whites, a yellow, and a black. And I got 3 rerolls, so let's go. There's a 1, there's 1 blank, another blank, and a 3. So I got to spend 2 of my rerolls just to get rid of those 2. So let's draw another white. And it's a 2. So let's get rid of this. Now let's draw another yellow. And it's a 3. So I made a mess when I was trying to get the whites. So let me fix that real quick. All right. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sure, I'm going to spend all these tokens. I just did 9 damage. I needed to do 12 though. But the thing is Andrew can do it, but Andrew's down to 1 health, right? Yeah, he's the worst person in the world to do the last damage. So I should have had Andrew go first. But I can't retcon that now. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. That puts him down to 1 pip. And Andrew has to do it, or otherwise we're going to take massive damage. Andrew's going to get KO'd from this card. So he's getting KO'd no matter what. So we might as well go down in style. All right, and then I do still have 2 crystals left. So maybe I can get another attack in myself. How can I do that? I don't have a +2 crystal token. You can see this costs 3, that costs 3. This one costs 3. So there's nothing I can do for 2 crystals or less. Where did all my cards go? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 4 of them on the battle flow right now. So, I mean, I got lucky that I didn't somehow miss, because the one, this is going to go away at the end of his turn, which is great. Yeah, there's nothing more I can do with my 2 crystals. So now we have Andrew. Andrew is 3 spaces away. He does get some cards back, thankfully. He actually gets 6 cards back. So he's going to need this for his defense, for sure. This one, we can draw the top 2 stage cards and then put them back in any order. So we can actually force his card to go down. So we don't have to actually finish this guy off, which is going to cause... So first things first, prophetic fulfillment, I need to do this so I can heal myself. So I'm going to put a die on myself. Of course, it's going to be a 1 because I only have 1 health. And then when I play this card again, I'm going to gain 1 health. If they have less than shown on the die, they gain 1. Remove the die and choose a character. Oh. No, I can't heal myself using this because I can't go less than 1. That's not going to help me. Dang it, that does not heal me at all. Yeah, Andrew's down to 1 health, and he's just going to have to live with it. Look at this. If he loses another health, he can select another friendly character within range 3, and they would lose the health instead. So this is how we're going to keep him alive. I cannot spend this card. I got to have the 1 crystal to do the reaction on that one. So whatever I do, I have to save 1 crystal. So what do? I can backstab, which costs me 3 crystals. That's a real nice way to finish this guy off. I thought I had a range attack, but maybe. Oh yeah, I do, but it's not. It's still flowing. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 crystals to move in, and then 2 crystals to play this because I need to battle flow. Well, no, you know what? I can battle flow using my 0 card. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play my 0 card and battle flow my level 3 card to a 2. So now I got 2 cards at 2, and I just need to play a 2 card, which I don't have. I have this one, but I'm going to use that as a defensive reaction. So those will battle flow then. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do yeah, we are going to do the backstab. So 3 crystals plus the 2 to move in. So that's 5 crystals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 for the 0 card. So we have 3 crystals left for Andrew. So we're going to move 2 in, we're going to backstab, and we're going to destroy that last die. And then we have this prophetic thing, the foreshadowing we could do to get rid of that stage card. But when it's a reaction, we can force this to go to the bottom. And we want it to be on the bottom because this guy, that card is horrible for our situation. So I want to destroy this die, and then I'm going to do the thing to move the health loss to someone else. We got the werebear and we got the penitent next to us. Both of them can take hits. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to backstab, which gives us 5 power-ups. So we get a red, and I'm going to do a black, and that's it. And then I'm going to upgrade the red to a black. So I'm going to do 2 blacks, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to do 2 dice because I only need to do 3 damage. And there's a 5 with a miss, and then it doesn't matter. I'm destroying this 1 die. So that's done. So this, it says, if drawn as a reaction, do not resolve. Instead, put it on the bottom of the deck. So that was the best outcome. Now we just need Andrew to survive this attack. So here we go. The next one is transfix. So that's going to go on me, the penitent. Do not spend animus. Attack yourself using 4 might cards using your might and add white cards as needed. The attack cannot miss, and you may use redraw tokens on it, and you may use defense cards. So that's fine. So let's try to use a defense card. I really don't have any, do I? I'm going to play the judgment one, which is just a 1, and that's going to move. That's going to empower or battle move all my stuff to a 0, which is going to help. And then, so my might is a yellow. And it said, how many? 5, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I draw? No, we'll roll. Jeez Louise. Okay, so there's a crit, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. We have 4 armor, and I added 1 to make it 5. So that'd be 1 hit point lost. I can force a reroll, but I don't know if that's worth it. Sure, I'm going to lose 1 health. I'm down to 2. And that's going to give me another empower token. All right, so now we move 5 towards the center, and we're going to do that dang wave thing again. I don't like the wave thing. So he's for sure going to get in the center, which is this spot right here. He's going to face us, and he's going to hit Andrew, which is his target. But he's going to try to hit the most people, which is going to be Andrew and the penitent. So this is bad. Very, very bad. Okay, so the penitent is going to do guard. Before damage is drawn, since he's next to Andrew, Andrew's going to get to use the penitent's defense, which is 4. And this is a 1, so it's going to go in the 1 spot. So Andrew has 4 defense, and then Andrew can play a 4 defense card. So he's actually up to 8 defense against this attack. And the good news is it's, although he's drawn a lot of blanks so far. So there's a 4, and then a 3. So that's 7 against the 8. That's no damage to Andrew. So we don't have to transfer any damage. And then that's also a 7 against the penitent, which I apologize. I have no cards left for the penitent to play. So, I can play the 0, which gives me some cards back. But yeah, there's a 0 defense there. So the penitent had 4. This is 7, so that's 1 more damage against him. The penitent's down to 1 health. That's not good. That's not good. Although Andrew's healing thing, well, it would have worked on the penitent, but it's not going to work on him anymore either. So down to 1 health. Bad news. Hold on. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep him at 2. Andrew's still going to play his card. So when a friendly character is about to lose 1, transfer to someone else, he's going to transfer it to the Warbear. So Warbear's down to 2. And that goes in the 2 spot, which is going to flow for Andrew to the 1. All right, boy, is this getting complex. All right, he's down to 1 final die. If we can nail this die, he's done and gone for good. Unfortunately, we're going to have to absorb 1 more hit on this guy because that was the last character to get to go. Andrew does have... Oh my gosh, is this another reality collapse? It's another one. Well, good thing Andrew is not done with his turn. He meant to play this one for his defense, which would have had the same exact outcome. The reason being, he needed to keep this card. For 2 crystals, you could drop the top 2 stage cards and switch them. So he's going to have to do exactly that right now, because his turn's not over. He's going to spend 2 crystals. He has 1 left. And so, what did I do with that card? I just had it. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Reality collapse. So this is exactly the same as that one. There's 2 copies of it. So we're going to draw 2 cards, and we're going to put this one on the bottom. And so now this one is on top, because this guy's going to get to take his turn, and we have to resolve this, because that other thing is going to KO us. So here we go. And now Andrew's ending his turn. So he's going to transfix. Everybody has 2. So then he's going to pick whoever's furthest away, which is the Huntress. And the Huntress is going to get this. Keep this card for the rest of the encounter. If it's in your hand, it must be played on the first turn. So it's going to burn a crystal and go to the 1 spot. Yeah, that's fine. She'll just play it as part of her hand. Okay, so that's done. And so she technically has 3 now. And then we're going to do this. He's going to gain 2 shields for the rest of the encounter. So he's now up to 5 shields. Ooh. Ooh. So we're going to have to unleash with all of our might on somebody with 5 shields. He's going to move 5 to his target, which could be anybody. But the North rule means he's going to go after the Penitent, who has 4 armor. And so this one's 2 spaces away, and so is everybody else. Penitent is the furthest north. So he's going to move 1, 2, like so, like that, and attack the Penitent. I have no defense cards to play as the Penitent. I'm in trouble. So we're going to draw 2 reds, which is 6 damage. That's bad. And 2 yellows, which is 12 damage. That is 12 divided by 4 is 3 health loss. And he only has 2 health to lose. I'm looking to see if there's any cards I can play to mitigate this. Oh, Deadeye Shot. It's a 3 here. Remove one of the enemy's might cards, your choice. So we're going to go ahead and remove, it doesn't matter which one. So that puts him down to 9 divided by 4, which is just 2 damage. That's still enough to KO him, though. What else do I got? Wow, I'm going to KO, which means I'm going to gain an injury card. I don't think there's any way I can avoid this. Yeah, I'm looking at everything I got. Andrew played all of his cards already. This was brutal. The Warbear is going to get a crap ton of cards, but not until the beginning of the round. So yeah, I'm KO'd. So I guess we're going to see how that mechanic plays out. So all of his cards are coming back. He's done. And then his Madness cards, we're going to just discard those. And yeah, that sucks. And then he has a 5 health thing. And he's going to move 3 north, which makes it even worse. So not only do we need to kill this guy, but he's going to be far away from everybody. So he's going to turn this way. And 1, 2, 3. So he's going to be here. All right, so beginning of the round, 6 crystals. All these cards come back to Wombat Girl, including the halberd. He's done. 2, 4, 6, 7. Only 1 card coming back for Andrew. He's in trouble. All of his cards are in the 1 spot right now. And 2, and he's got cards everywhere. And then 2, 4, 6 for her. And she doesn't get any cards back either. Okay, let me look up the rules for the allies. I know they come in immediately. And it's going to be, one of these guys here. So, for example, we would probably pick Dane because he has 2 yellow might. So he's going to get 2 crystals. I just need to know, where does he spawn? Like, is it at the start and the bottom of the map, or any edge? That's what I got to look up. And then, of course, we have all these generic guys as well. They have... what does that 3 mean? Oh, that's their defense. They all have 3 defense. So this guy is actually the better of them. Spear discipline. All your attacks have range 2. So pretty cool. So he would get 2 of the crystals. I can steal it from my own character. And then, of course, he would have 6 health. And, you know, he's going to do his thing. But let me see where he spawns. Okay, he starts on any edge of the game board. And there are miniatures there's like these generic miniatures you can use for your allies. We're just going to use the penitent one. And since he gets to spawn on any edge, he's literally going to spawn right in front of them. And, of course, his arm falls off as I do that. And I'm going to have the ally go first. Largely because the ally actually has 2 might dice that are yellow. So in his actions, we can spend 1 crystal to attack. And so we're going to spend 2 crystals and we're going to attack 2 times. That's what I mean. And he has no tokens of any kind. Actually, let me check one more time. He might actually start with some tokens. 17. So he can gain tokens, of course, but yeah, and so if he does get killed, of course, we lose him. So we're going to do yellow dice with him. We get to do 2 yellow dice and add any number of white, but remember, 2 misses means he does no damage. But we got to do at least 5 damage on this thing to knock it down a pip. So we're going to attack. This is our first attack. And we have a 3 crit, a 2 crit, and a blank. Well, the good news is I can roll these 2 for the crit. So this blank doesn't count. That 2 is another crit. Another crit. Holy crap, is he just like loading up the damage here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 divided by 5. That's 2 pip hits. So he drops to a 3. We might actually defeat this guy. It sucks that I had 1 KO, but how did I do this last time? I think I just did it that way with 4 dice. Let's go for it. Okay, this is the second attack. As you can see, there was 1 miss. Another crit. It's a 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 5. That's 1 more hit. He's down to 2 pips. This is exactly what we needed. That ally was awesome. Breath of fresh air. Okay, next up we're going to do our ranger, or huntress. So we have to do this first. It's going to go in the 1 spot and it's going to cost 1 gem. It's just part of the thing. That does cause a battle flow to trigger, so everything's down to 0. So we're going to spend 1 gem, and that's fine. So now we have 2 falcons on him. We need to take him down. Target an enemy with a falcon. Empowered times 1 for each falcon on the target. So we're going to get 2 empowered. And then the falcon's going to come back to us. So we're going to spend 3. There's 2 crystals left. So we have 2 empowered. We get a yellow die to start. And then we're going to do at least 3 more. And I'm going to spend... so we have 2 empower, and then we have 2 3s. So these 2 are going to be replaced with 2 black. And this is going to be replaced with a yellow. So we're going to do 2 black, 2 yellow. And this is a blank, and we have 2 blanks rolled. That's not good, but we do have a crit. So I'm going to spend a reroll to reroll the black. And there we go. We got a 3. So with the crit, I'm just going to re-roll the blank. It's still a blank. So we have 3, 6, 9. Man, it would have been nice to get 1 more damage. But we did 9, which is 1 more pip loss, so he's down to 1. The Falcons return back. This goes on the 1 spot, and I have 2 crystals left. So I'm looking to see if anything I can do with 2 crystals. I have Clamp On. I can cause him to do knockback, or I can just attack. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just attack for 2 crystals. So it's just going to be a basic attack. I have a yellow die, and I'm going to add 2 whites. We're going to roll 3 dice. We just need to get 5. This is a 2, and that's a 3. It was not enough. I do have a reroll. So let me think about this. I think now or never, right? I got to do it now or never. So I am going to spend my reroll. And which one am I going to reroll? I'm going to reroll the blank. And it didn't help. So that was a miss. His armor absorbed it all. Her turn's over. I'm out of crystals. There's nothing left for her to do. So now we have Andrew. Andrew is 1, 2, 3 spaces away from getting up to him. Andrew has 1 and only 1 card in his hand. It's the 0 card. So I'm going to spend 3 to go up and then 3 to attack. And that's all I can do. So 3 to go up and 3 to attack is still enough. I actually have 2 crystals left over. He does get a red die. And then if we added 2 whites, here's all of his tokens. Andrew's actually going to get the job done. Because look, we got... Oh, there's an empower or a battle flow. Yeah, I'm going to do that, which then causes all these cards to end up back in his hand. That's excellent. So we still got to finish this, though. We do have a backstab we can do. We need another crystal. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to roll these 3. We're going to empower this one because we played an empower token and turned it into a black. Here's your 5. That's enough to kill him. It's a crit. We did roll 2 blanks, though. So I do have to use 1 reroll. And there we go. That's enough. He's dead. Holy crap. So 1 KO did not help us. So that means the penitent's going to draw an injury card, and he's going to have to destroy 2 of his equipment instead of 1. So that's not good, but it happens. It's part of the game. So our ally really helped save the day. So I do like the ally mechanic. It's pretty cool. We were hoping not to use it very often, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's it. Holy buckets. All right, I gotta go. We are at almost 3 hours. So I know we have to resolve the rewards and all that stuff. I'll try to make it quick, but I need to go grab my iPad so I can finish this up. Okay, I'm back. All I have to say is these last 2 cards would have KO'd the entire party. This is a tough boss. And the fact that only one of us was KO'd, I was pulling all the stops I could. We got lucky one time. Like, pure luck saved us. We tried to use as many, deflection and cause damage to go to other people. But those cards, unless you battle flow them, they're gone. And the penitent got stuck with no armor one time, which really caused a lot of problems. And then Andrew got knocked down to 1 health because that wave attack was brutal. We saved Andrew, but we took down the penitent, which I don't know if that was a good exchange or not. But again, I don't like the idea of a cloth user being up close. That's the reason why those 2 defense stink. But at the same time, Andrew does have some cool skills, and we are using him quite well. And in fact, he's one of our best damage dealers in the party. The War Bear is decent. She's a really good tank, but if you'll notice, she was actually not the target most of the time. And so I think that's a strike against the War Bear. She has some great defensive values, yes, but that's only if she's actually the target. Let's get into it.
The satyr shudders, ichor seeping from a dozen cuts. It seems to be smiling even now, as if it relishes the pain. Advancing on the fiend to finish it off, the satyr raises its mighty arms and dark light reads the clearing. Your vision twists and blurs, and when it returns, the satyr is gone. No tracks, just gone. You hope it has gone somewhere to die, but you doubt it. Wherever it went, it will think twice before preying on Bastone again. You go to see if any of the people in the trees are still alive, but find them long dead, their bodies broken and twisted. You hope they died quickly. A search of the surrounding area gleans several items.
Okay, so looks like we didn't save the boy, which was unfortunate. I'm taking, while that was happening, I got obviously the chapter 1 items, and then we're going to grab the chapter 2 items, right? Because those are now gone. And we're going to put all of these, I'm putting all these away back in the box. And I just pulled out the chapter 3 common items because I know we're going to be drawing some new ones. And then, of course, we're going to have to destroy some items and blah, blah, blah. But let's go ahead and do... So we're going to gain 8 more iron, which is good because we lost 10 last time. And then we're going to tally the level, loot, and losses. Okay, so first thing that happens is we do level up. And at the back of the encounter rulebook, at level 3, we're going to gain a free company trait. So this is going to be a really difficult decision because there's so many great choices. And one of them is Field Medic, which lets us remove an injury card on a character once per chapter. And so we can do that this chapter because this chapter has not ended yet. And so I could take the Field Medic now, or we can take the thing that lets us we can loot an extra common item per chapter. I like that one too because getting more items is better. You can always sell them and get money. We do have to decide now though because this is when it's happening. So the Field Medic thing I think is really good, and I have proven that no matter what my best intentions are, we are going to deal with KOs because these bosses are tough. So I think, though, I still believe at this point in time, I want... See, I don't know what the Quartermaster does. You gain an extra ration. I don't know what rations do in the game yet. Loot 1 extra common item per chapter. I tell you what, it works best if you do it early. I know that the Field Medic, you pay X iron where X is the chapter number to archive 1 injury card from an oathsworn. And when you archive, that means it's out of the game, which is interesting. I wish we knew. So just so you know, the injury deck has those 5 curative cards. In fact, I hadn't shuffled it yet, so I'm going to start shuffling now. We have to decide now. So if I know I'm drawing an injury, I would take the Field Medic. If I know I'm not drawing an injury, I want to take the Scavenger. And I'm just going to check real quick. When is the next time I get another one of these upgrades? So if I if I have to live with these injuries, for how long? I know there's a possibility to cure them through the in-game events, but it's not guaranteed. So the next free company trait doesn't happen until chapter 6. And we're just beginning chapter 3 right now. That's brutal. All right, so let's look at an injury and just see like how bad these things could be. So this would be a broken arm. You put the 3 on, and then all your weapons go on cooldown. This and all other injury cards in your hand must be played on your first turn each round, even if it has no effect. So we would have to pay a crystal, put this in the 3 spot, and then place all of our weapon cards on cooldown, which means we're also putting them out. So the weapon itself, you can't use the weapon ability. Do I want that, or do I want to, because like there's no way to get rid of it. I mean, there's only 5 cards in here that are good. That's not good odds. The only reason why I'm not taking Field Medic yet is had I not been KO'd, I don't think I would take, because it's like, the scavenger is going to help us now. We could do True Grit, which we draw an injury, we draw 2, pick 1 and discard the other. That's also nice. Oh, another thing that happens, since we had a KO, we have to check off one of these skulls. And this is basically going to determine your score at the end of the campaign. So every time you get a KO, you knock one of these skulls out. So we got our first KO. I'm going to choose Scavenger because I don't want to belabor this. Getting the items is important. I know some of the people in the Board Game Geek comments said that they have too many items. I don't know how. I mean, you're gaining just 2 extra items above and beyond what you're losing. And last time we ended up getting items that weren't useful to us. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And then this is the injury deck. So let's draw our injury. Oh, there we go. We got a curative. We suffer no injury, and it goes back. So I think we're going to probably have to buy more curatives. That's for sure. One of our abilities, I thought, let us gain 2 curatives every time we purchase one. That's also good. All right, so there's only 4 left. And the chances of the next one, let me make sure I shuffled. Yeah, the next one was a concussion. And then you got the deep gash, the shivers. Yeah, we got really lucky there. Holy cow. I'm sure there were ways to get rid of it. Losing all your weapons, which is what the 1 was, wasn't too bad. I'm sure some of these are worse than others. Okay, putting it off to the side. Next thing, I'm just pulling up the rule book. We gain 1 level. We replace the current item deck, gain 3 common items. Now we're going to gain 4. So let me get this out of the way. We're going to gain 4 common items from this deck, and I should shuffle it. And we are going to get 1 more unique item because we our timer thing. So, holy cow, that injury draw was luck. Pure, unadulterated. We could have definitely been in trouble there. So, 1, 2, 3, and now 4. So we now got our first gear, these amber stones. And I don't know what's in here. Let's check. We got another one of those shivs. An improved bow. Sword. See, it's still just 3. but you're going to gain 2 yellow for an attack if you're next to somebody. That's pretty cool. Here's another gear. If you're adjacent to someone, gain 1. That's like an improved version of the bear axe. Leather jerkin. Oh, you know what? The leather that our hunters had the battle flow ability. We never used it. If there's no adjacent oathsworn, gain a crystal. The heater, which we had last time. The heirloom, nice 2-handed sword. And a mead. So just checking those out, folks, because we're going to eventually decide if we want to go to the store. That bow looks like it's well worth it, but we haven't drawn our unique items yet, so let's do that. So we need to take the level 2 unique items, or chapter 2, and we're going to get to draw 2 of those. I'm sorry, 3, because of our timer. So we're going to gain 3. So let's check them out. All right, so shuffle, shuffle. There's 5 total, so we're going to get 3 of the 5. That's pretty good odds. Here's number 1. White Wolf Cloak. So it's a gear. After damage is drawn against you, if you have 3 or less health, gain 1 shield against that damage. Okay. Fran's Fortuitous Flax. So it's a cloth armor. During the encounter, gain a redraw. And then the third one is chain armor. Use 1 combat token as if it is any other. That's not bad. It's still the 3 armor like always, but 2 did we not get. A gnarled tom, which would have been an awesome bow. You gain 2 crystals if you critical. That would have been fantastic. And then the gavel. The gavel's okay. Not that great. All right. So those are the 2 we missed out on. I'm going to set those off to the side. Here's the level 3 ones. We won't look at those yet. And just put them in the box for later. Okay, so now we were supposed to update the knockout track, which we already did. We already drew the injury. Everybody loses 1 item, and Penitent's going to lose 2. So I'm going to have, who are we going to give all this stuff to, is the next question. We've got a walking stick, which is not as good as the ones we have. These items aren't that great. I'm only going to be able to sell them for 1 iron. Okay, so let's start with the Penitent. I have to lose 2 things. And we actually got, see, we drew 2 cloth armor. So we're going to, the Penitent has to lose 2. So we're going to lose the armor and actually the weapon, because we do have a better weapon in the backpack. So we're going to lose both of those, keep the buckler, and then of course the armor is going to get replaced by this. And then in the backpack, we're going to grab this peasant flail, so he could just get that weapon. And it says before drawing damage for your first attack of the round, he can use a red die instead of a yellow. So this is a unique item that's out. And this common item also out. All right, so that's his 2. Then we're going to move to the bear. The bear's got to lose either the pig iron coat or the halberd. Halberd is awesome, so we don't want to lose that. We're going to lose the pig iron coat. So that's out. So we're going to have to buy her a new armor. We're going to give this to Andrew. And then Andrew has to lose something. Oh my gosh, reduce damage by 2. I totally forgot about that. So I think I actually like that more than these other ones. But I have to destroy something. So I have to either destroy this or this. That's what sucks. I think now that I have the gear, I can destroy gear. But so basically, Andrew has 3 unique items. So we're going to go ahead and destroy the rat fur tunic. That one actually was a good one. So, and then we'll take the fortuitous flax. So he's at least fine. The spine, I think, is worth keeping because that red is better than 2 yellow. Yeah. And then we got the archer. I think we're going to destroy the bow because there's a better bow out there. And what's crazy is we got all this stuff that we don't need, so we're going to have to sell. That'll give us 3 iron. And then we have this. If there's no enemies adjacent, battle flow 1 card once. I'm going to give this to the huntress because she's usually not next to somebody. And I believe that wraps up the chapter. We got super lucky with the injury draw. Everything else, not so much. We're going to have to pay for that runner. One of the things we could have done was taken a free runner because it's looking like we're losing so much good equipment, and I don't think we're replacing it all the time. Even with 3 uniques and an extra common, I don't feel too good about it. So anyways, this was a very long video. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next chapter.